For me, number 2 this year was Dead's Poetry. Dead is a trio from Chicago. Still pretty off the radar, I think, for most people. I only found out about this album because a friend sent me and another friend a track from a band, Gustav, that I liked but didn't love. And then my other friend that got the same share was like, oh, they're coming to Salt Lake soon. And I love shows, so I looked up where they were playing and when, and they were opening for Dead. And I was like, well, if they're the opener, I need to know who the main... I need to check it out. Like, let's see. It was at probably my most visited venue here in Salt Lake, Urban Lounge. And the promoters that are behind Urban Lounge, SNS, are... I feel like what they bring to town... More times than not, I'm at an SNS show if I'm here. So I'm so glad they exist. They brought some of my favorite acts to town and continue to do so. They're the minds behind our only real festival.
It's the best festival in the country.
Kilby Block Party. And it gets better every year. Festival. Yeah, it is. If you are into indie adjacent music, I lived in the Pacific Northwest for a number of years when Sasquatch was the reigning king of the Indie Fest, and I think that it is the spiritual successor to Sasquatch. Yeah. Which is super important to me because it hurt a lot when Sasquatch pulled the plug. Anyway. Dead. Great 2 lead vocalists. They interchange, so it's really great yin and yang. You have a female vocalist and a male. But just really great arrangements. The lyrics are stellar. And they just bring something that resonates with me. It's hard to put my finger on it, but it was an album that I was hooked the second I put it on, and I just kept returning to it again and again and again. The second track, Hard to Love, excellent. There's another one, Light On. Knife
I listened
was
to Light On
stellar.
So many times this year.
Just a really good album. I mean, every single track. There's not a skippable. It really is a no skips album, and yet varied and different textures, different sounds, different tempos. It again kind of genreless. Like I couldn't really say what it is. Pop, rocky pop, like just really interesting. I saw a lot of similarities, not sonically necessarily, but spiritually, which sounds really weird, to peak TV on the radio. Just the arrangements,
a little bit.
Generationals as well.
Yeah.
Just the layering, the surprise, like almost wondering how they're making that sound. It sounds analog, but maybe it's not. Like I was really excited to see them live this year. Unfortunately, my sister got married in Kansas City the day after their show here, so I was on a plane while they were playing.
Love you, sis.
Thanks, Mims. I wouldn't have missed it. It wouldn't have mattered if it was any band. I would have missed any band to go to your wedding. Not that I think you'll watch this, but but yeah,
good record.
A great record, and just one that I kept going back to. And I'm really excited. Their other stuff is also good, but I think this is their best release. So I'm excited to see what they continue to build on. A really great outfit.
Awesome. My number 2 record this year was Adrian Lenker's Bright Future. I mean, I'm probably gonna run out of superlatives for A. Like, I'm wearing my Big Thief shirt with the dragon spitting sort of rainbow destruction upon whatever it is. Like, Big Thief, I mean, to me, they're probably the best band working today. They are an incredible group of people that write just fabulous, timeless music. And Adrian Lenker is the primary songwriter of that group. Big Thief is prolific. I think they have 5 albums, one of which is a double album. Adrian Lenker, I think, has maybe 6 solo records. And so she's writing a lot, but the level of writing is so high. So she released this album, Bright Future, and it's phenomenal.
Someday, and I hope you will. We could see the sadness as a gift, and still the seasons go so fast. Thinking that this one was gonna last.
It's gonna make you feel. At times, it sounds like sort of that like sparse Mount Erie Phil Elverum, I don't know how you pronounce his name, like vibe to it. And other times it's like almost, country, traditional, Great American Songbook type stuff. But she has range, and this record was just, I listened to it over and over and over again this year. I think she's just a brilliant person. She's a genius. And I'm excited anytime they have content coming out. And you can also see like a trajectory with her stuff. Like, you can get on YouTube and find like really old pre-Big Thief, pre-whatever, as she's kind of coming in.
Yeah. She's kind of a prodigy.
I think so.
Really, like, unbelievable talent. And yeah, such a great record.
Yeah, like there's this song that you can find. It's probably from like 12, 13 years ago. Maybe I'm wrong on that, called Adonijah on YouTube. Look at it. You'll see, like, you can't imagine Adrian Lenker being one of these guitarists who's like thumping like, the body of her acoustic guitar while she's singing, but she does in this. But it's so her, but it's also like, oh, I kind of see where she came from a little bit, and see how she's matured into the type of music she's releasing now. She's got a great Instagram where she's like just releasing like, music, solo music with her and her acoustic guitar, and it's compelling every time. And she's one of my favorite living artists, and I was really excited about this record this year, obviously. So that's my number 2 pick. Yeah.
The thing about that record for me that really blew me away, Big Thief's Vampire Empire single was probably one of my top songs last year. Absolutely phenomenal arrangement. The lyrics are great. The B-side is great. It was a great little treat. I probably listened to this solo album twice through before I heard the line. She does a version of Vampire Empire on this album that is such a different song in structure, in melody, in feel, in... You're shocked that it's... Talking about covers earlier, like, to cover your own song and just basically putting the lyrics to a completely different and making them feel like different lyrics even. Talent. Like, that was people heard that song, and just to completely turn it on its head and make it into this whole other thing. Yeah. People talk about the great Dolly Parton writing Jolene and I Will Always Love You in the same night. Yeah. I put Adrian Lenker as a writer and as a producer of craft, the craft of music. I put her in the same. They're in the same thing.
I love that. Yeah, absolutely. Like anybody who can, like, one of the, I think, advanced tracks that came out on this record was Free Treasure.
On and dead and past lives too, I can tell you anything. I can say anything you show me. Understanding, patience and pleasure, time and attention, love without measure, love without measure, show me.
This has a timeless feel to it, but the messaging of it made me like, I found myself texting my friends afterwards saying, hey, I need to touch base with you, man. I love you. I hope you're doing well. Some of them listen to this song, but some of them, it wasn't even that. Some of it was just like, I want you to know how much I love you and care for you. And when songs do that for you and they turn you outward in a way where you're like giving of yourself more than you would have had you not listened to that, like, once again, that's the power, the transcendental power of music. And I don't know how you can't listen to what she puts out and not feel some of those feelings.